Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. It's been a while since my last video, so I thought that while I was preparing dinner that I would go ahead and show you guys what I'm making. And also I'm trying a new recipe today, so I'm gonna let you guys see how that goes. But today we're gonna have steaks. I'm trying a new recipe for creamed spinach, and we're also gonna have some roasted potatoes. So let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so my steaks are in this pan. I went ahead and marinated them yesterday, so they have been marinating overnight. I took them out of the refrigerator before I went to get the kids out of the car line. Oh, I'm sorry, I went to get the kids out of school so that they could get to room temperature. It won't be cold. And right now I'm preheating my oven. I have it on 450 because my oven tends to cook really slow. So I go a little bit higher on the heat. And I'm just gonna check them until I get the doneness and the pinkness that I'm looking for on the inside. But I'll give you a sneak peek of what they look like. So I just marinated them, seasoned them very well. I think I used some, let me go ahead and show you guys what I use. That'll be better. I used some pepper, just regular black pepper. I use a little bit of lemon pepper. I use some onion powder, some steak seasoning, some dried parsley flakes, some garlic powder, and then I also use some of this beef powder. And then I just topped it with the butter, and I also put some salt on them as well. So I'm gonna wrap these back up really tight, and then I'm going to put them in the oven, and I'll probably cook them for about 30 minutes or so before I go in and check them on the inside. So stay tuned. Okay guys, so I have my steaks in the oven. I just put them in there, so it hadn't even been 5 minutes. And I'm about to work on the potatoes. So after I get them all cut up, I will come back and show you guys how I season them, and then we're also gonna put those in the oven as well. So here are the potatoes that I'm going to be roasting, and they are already baby yellow potatoes, but I'm just gonna dice them up into smaller pieces. Here's my little cutting board right here. I'm gonna put them in this bowl, smaller bowl, and season them and then get them ready for the oven, and I'll be back. Okay, so I have some potatoes cut up in smaller pieces, as you can see. And now I'm just gonna add a little bit of seasoning. I'm gonna add some kosher salt just to bring out some of the flavor. So you can use, it looks like a lot, but kosher salt doesn't have iodine in it, so it's very light. Doesn't have like a salty taste to it. Then I'm going to just use some black pepper. I'm going to sprinkle some of that in there. That's good. And then I'm going to use some Italian seasoning. Just going to sprinkle some of that in there as well. And last but not least, I'm going to use some extra virgin olive oil. I'm going to drizzle some of that on there. And then I'm just going to give these a toss to make sure everything gets coated and distributed evenly. And then I'm going to put them in here, and then we're going to pop them in the oven. Okay, so now these are ready for the oven. I'm not going to cover them because I do want them to kind of get crispy. So I'm not going to cover them so they can get a little roasted. So I'm going to pop these in the oven, and then I'm going to start on my cream spinach recipe. So this is the cream spinach recipe that I found on Pinterest. I'm going to be giving it a try, and I will post the link in the video description box. But it looks yummy. I hope mine comes out as good as this picture looks. But I will definitely come back and show you guys what the finished results are. So stay tuned. Okay everyone, I just finished up with dinner. I'm gonna give you a peek of the finished product. So everything's all done. This is the cream spinach recipe that I tried. Looks yummy. Haven't tasted it yet, but it looks amazing. My roasted potatoes, they look beautiful, nice and crispy. And then we have our steaks, and I'm just letting them rest. But everything's all done. So I hope this gives you some dinner ideas. Sometimes it's good to have a restaurant meal right here at home. Have a good one, everyone. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.